Let us continue study of fungus. Have you seen fungus growing on bread, pickles, juice during the rainy season? You must have seen umbrella-like structure growing during this period. They are called mushrooms. So all these organisms, they are coming under microorganism. They are all fungi. Fungus is classified broadly into two groups: microscopic fungus and macroscopic fungus. Micro means very very small, can be observed only under microscope. Example: cottony growth observed on stale moist bread. Macro means huge, very very large, enough to be located by our naked eyes. Macroscopic fungus can be observed with our naked eyes. They can be spotted easily. Mushrooms and puff balls can be included in this category. Microscopic fungus is divided into two different types: unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular fungus is made up of single cell, and one single cell performs all activities efficiently. Multicellular fungus is made up of many cells. All cells coordinate among each other to bring about all life processes smoothly. Example of unicellular fungus: baker's yeast. Fungus on moist stale bread is example of multicellular fungus. Fungi has size approximately 10 micrometer to 100 micrometer. These are found on decaying organic matter and dead bodies of plants and animals. These are eukaryotic organisms. Some are unicellular and others are visible with naked eyes. We have seen the classification of fungus. Saprotrophic means they absorb their food from decaying organic matter. They reproduce sexually and asexually by cell division or budding. Now let us study structure of fungus. Diagram is shown. You can draw it in your copy. Neat, systematic, labeled diagram you can draw. Let us study the structure of fungus. I am dictating you. You just write down. It is not given in your textbook. Fungi have interwoven mass of thread-like structure called mycelium. So can you see the word hypha here? Hypha means individual thread, and there exists a network of all these threads together, and that collection of threads, collection of hypha is called mycelium. So mycelium is a bunch of fine thread-like structure. So write down first sentence: fungi have interwoven mass of thread-like structure called mycelium. Then number 2 point, sporangiophore is a stalk-like structure. Sporangiophore is a stalk-like structure, and A sporangium, bulb-like sporangium, exists on the top of it. Sporangium contains spores that can be dispersed to give rise to new fungi on germination. Again, let me repeat. Sporangium contains spores that can be dispersed to give rise to new fungi on germination. Hyphae contain cytoplasm and many nuclei. Hyphae contain cytoplasm and many nuclei. They absorb nutrients from surrounding food source through root-like rhizoids. They absorb nutrients from surrounding food source through rhizoid. So this is all about the structure of fungus. Fungi are very useful to us. They play an important role in medicine, agriculture, industry, and as food. In medicine, antibiotics are obtained from fungi. For example, penicillin is obtained from fungus Penicillium notatum. In agriculture, fungi help in increasing the soil fertility. They decompose the dead bodies of plants, animals, and their waste products. Some fungi attack insects, and therefore they can be used as natural pesticides. The wine and bread industries are the two important industries which make use of fungus. Yeast. Some mushrooms like button and oyster mushrooms are used as food. They are rich in proteins, low in sugar and fats. Harmful fungi. Fungi growing in bread, jam, jellies, pickles, etc. are harmful for us, and some mushrooms are also poisonous. So children, studying fungi is very important to us. Do you know we have separate branch which deals with study of fungi, and that branch is called as mycology, where mycos means fungi and logos means study. So mycology is a study of fungi. Sexual reproduction in fungi. This diagram shows how sexual reproduction takes place in fungi. Two hyphae of different mating type means two different partners grow side by side and produce branches that grow towards each other. So two hyphae they grow side by side and they produce branches. In second step, the tips of these branches develop into gametangia. Gametangia produce gametes. In third step, gametes fuse with each other. They fuse means they unite with each other. In fourth step, by union of two gametes, zygote is formed, and this zygote develops into zygospore. And finally, zygos zygospore is capable of generating new life. Asexual reproduction in fungi. Asexual reproduction three different takes place by three different ways: fragmentation, budding, and by release of spores. In fragmentation, fragments of hyphae are formed, and thus these fragments can grow into new colonies. In budding, a small round body called bud, a bud is formed, and each bud is capable of giving new life. Initially, a bud is attached to its original parent cell and then it gets detached, and each bud is capable of giving new life. And thus, example is baker's yeast. Yeast is a unicellular fungus, and yeast grows by bud formation. Third, asexual reproduction takes third type of asexual reproduction is by release of spores. Spores are released from sporangium, and the spores are capable of giving new life after germination under favorable condition. So children, today we have studied three different microorganisms: bacteria, protozoa and fungi. In next video, I will explain remaining two important microorganisms, algae and viruses. In your copy, note down all the characteristics of each microorganism. Till have a good day. Happy learning. Thank you.